We're hearing a lot of regulators talking about stablecoins. We're seeing their market caps become quite big. It seems to be an incredibly useful tool for this ecosystem. How do you see this playing out? Is there anything on your mind you think we need to look out for or be careful for? And do you think it will be a lightning rod for regulation?
I think the entire space is already a lightning rod for regulation. The stable coins certainly are part of that lightning attraction there, but because they're incredibly useful, and I use stable coins almost daily as well, they're really, really useful. But the thing that you have to understand is if you're using a stable coin, you have the counterparty risk there with whoever's holding the dollars or pounds or whatever the stable coin is. Someone somewhere is supposed to have that money in some account somewhere. If they don't, that's a big problem for you as the stable coin holder. The other big problem is someone who was an early adopter of a company called eGold. In the earliest days of the internet, I think in 2002 or so, this company eGold was fantastic. You could send any amount of gold via, that you just transfer the ownership from your eGold account to somebody else's. And so I actually managed to sell some computer memory, and one of my customers paid me in eGold, and it was great. Right? The value of the gold would go up and down with the dollar, but they would pay me, $20 worth of gold at whatever the exchange rate was at the time. And this service was really starting to get popular, where people all over the world were finally starting to be able to use gold as money again. And then what happened? The US government literally came in and seized all the gold from this company and tossed the CEO in jail. And all the users like myself who thought I had, a couple $100 worth of gold in my account, never got it back ever. And probably hardly anybody else ever got their gold back. So if you're using a stable coin, you're at risk of the exact same thing happening again, except for these things like DAI, right? Where you have cryptocurrency underlying assets that just stay pegged to the US dollar, which you can do now on Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash and a number of other things. This is really, really cool. So like if you have some, Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash and you're worried about the price volatility, well, no, you can lock your Ethereum or your Bitcoin Cash into, if you have $100 today, you'll have $100 worth tomorrow, regardless of what the price of either of those assets do. And there's more and more that'll be able to do that in the future. So that's a really, really big deal. And I think we're going to see more and more people start to use those as the user interface tools become easier and easier for normal people that don't have PhDs in computer science. At Bitcoin.com, we're busy building those apps to make that easy for people around the world to be able to use. So we're going to see more and more of that in commerce and in use around the world. But that's why I love actual cryptocurrencies so much directly, is because there's no counterparty risk. If you have your Bitcoin Cash or your Ethereum or your Monero in a wallet where you have the private keys yourself, there's nobody in the entire world that can mess with your stuff. And that's not true of most stable coins. So it's very important to understand the difference.